The battle over taxes continues on and on and on in Washington. Senior Obama advisor David Axelrod says letting the Bush tax cuts expire for the wealthiest people will help fix the economy. And by the way, if nothing at all is done, absolutely nothing at all, we still face the largest tax increase in history come January the 1st, because at that point, all the Bush tax cuts will expire unless something is done by Congress. Former Clinton advisor Bernard Whitman joins the company now. You saw what David Axelrod had to say. He's sticking to his guns, digging in his heels. The rich will not get a tax cut come January the 1st. Okay, but where do you stand? Because the Democrats really are divided on this. There's plenty of moderate Democrats who want to extend the tax cuts for everybody. Where does Bernard Whitman stand? Well,
actually, the amazing thing, Stuart, is that we all here agree on 97% of the issue. What do I mean? 97% of Americans would get a tax cut over this. We are quibbling over. No, it's not a talking point. It is reality. We are quibbling over 3%.
Should we continue the Bush tax cuts for the rich? Yes or no?
No. And you know why?
Now, you realize that the Democrats are completely divided on this issue.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Why didn't you put it to a vote?
They're as divided as the Republicans are when Boehner said, you know what? I think 97% would be fine.
If that's the line of your party, the Democrats, why did you not put it to a vote in Congress? If you had the votes, you would have put it to a vote. You don't have the votes.
I would agree that we should have put it to a vote and let the American people then react to it in November. And I think that actually would have helped the Democrats. And let me explain to you why.
So what you've done is, wait a minute. You have left the American people not knowing what tax rate is going to be paid by anybody come January the 1st.
Oh, they'll find,
because you wouldn't put it to a vote.
And ultimately, I think that was a mistake. There will be a vote in the lame duck session of Congress, but I'll tell you why I don't agree on extending it for 100% of the people, because we can't afford it. I, like Alan Greenspan, happen to believe in tax cuts for everyone, but not with borrowed money.
Okay.
We don't have the $700 billion to extend the tax cuts to everyone, and the fact is consumer spending drives this economy, and giving a tax cut to 97% of consumers will have a stimulative effect. The additional 3%,
Can you explain
unnecessary.
to me how, just take me through the process. You raise taxes on the rich significantly come January the 1st. That's what you want to do. You raise taxes on the rich.
Do I want to?
No. I'm not questioning whether you want to or not. I'm talking about the economic impact. I want you to take me through the process where raising taxes on the rich creates jobs. Tell me how that works.
I would switch. You're asking the wrong question.
You're asking the wrong question. Can you answer?
You're asking the wrong question.
I'm asking that question.
The answer is we have a limited amount of money. We should extend those tax cuts to those people who need it. That will drive the economy through consumer spending. The additional 3% is just not something that we can afford.
I asked the question. I want you to take me through the process. You raise taxes on the rich. You tell me how that creates jobs.
It's not intended to create. It's not intended to create jobs.
It's not intended to create jobs.
What is intended to create jobs is the tax cut to 97% of people is intended to create jobs because it stimulates spending, which is going to force companies to invest in infrastructure.
How do raising taxes stimulate spending?
Not tax cuts for 97% of Americans. Put money in people's pockets.
Here's I think the part that you're missing. We do have the money to afford this. If you cut the spending, cut the BS. Cut Pelosi's jet to start, for Christ's sake.
I don't think that she's spending $700 billion on a jet. We get that money from China.
You understand, though, that there are ways to find this money. The notion that we can't afford it is Democratic garbage.
You know, it's interesting. It's interesting. Whenever the rich want a tax cut, somehow we can afford it. But when we actually have to spend money,
$250,000 is not rich. You've lived in this city long enough to know that it is not rich for a family of four sending kids to college. It actually is close to poverty, quite frankly, some days.
Hold on. I believe that 90% of Americans would say if you're making $250,000, you're doing pretty well. We're talking about giving money to people who need it for day-to-day living.
Not giving money.
People have earned that money. We're talking about letting people keep the money they've earned.
Giving the money
back. Letting them keep money that they've earned.
And that's the problem. They earned it. Come on, Bernard.
It's bad.
In a free and a just society, you have to pay taxes. I'm sorry. And you're actually paying less taxes than back in your homes.
And in a free country. Well, my home country is America. In a free and just society, the government takes more than half of your income. You think that's a free and a just society, Bernard?
For the very few percent of Americans who make enough money to give half their money in taxes,
fair.
Yes, it is.
That's fair. Fair and just.
Yes, it is.
Take more than half. It's their money, but you just take more than half, right?
For the very few percent of people who have enough cash, yes, that's fair. to give it to take that much money away from people who are making $100,000, $150,000, $50,000, $25,000? No, it's not. But we've got to have money to keep this government running and to help create jobs, and that's exactly what this plan is going to do.
How could that be fair?
How can that possibly be fair?
I work hard, I earn money, and it's fair that
Are you for a strong defense?
You take more than half.
Do you want to rebuild our roads? Do you believe in education?
Oh, that is garbage. No, none of it, Bernard, none of it. I don't believe in any of it.
That's what I figured. That's why you just want to put the money back in your rich pocket.
It was fun, Bernard. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you'll come back.
I hope you'll have me.
No, well, of course we will. Bernard, you're a valued guest, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, Stuart.